Good morning, Busy Bees. It is Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026. Here's your morning news rundown in under 5 minutes. So Pete Hegseth gets grilled on Capitol Hill and wants billions more for the Iran war. Now, the war has cost us $37.5 billion already. There's a reportedly 430 U.S. service members that have been injured. That number's been hidden from us, and now we are getting some accurate numbers. I don't think so. I think that number is actually higher. John Ossoff questioned Pete Hegseth as amongst others. You should watch it if you have time. I like John Ossoff's style. It's very monotone, direct. Asking Pete Hegseth on day 14 of the war, you stated that Iran's resources have been totally obliterated. Military resources have been totally obliterated. Of course, Pete Hegseth danced around the correct answer because he lied. That's not allegedly, because he made statements, and those statements have been proven to be false, as we're still in the middle of war and Iran is holding their own. In other news, are Republicans and MAGA starting to back away from Trump? Now, we've seen statements from Laura Loomer, the likes of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and others backing away from this regime. Now, I'm not going to say all, but I'm going to say the majority of people, like a Laura Loomer, in my opinion, allegedly, maybe have done some illegal activity or questionable activity. And, I think some people are backing away to protect themselves, because everyone who deals with the head of the regime somehow gets convicted, prosecuted. So I think that it's a walk back, because I think they may be seeing the handwriting on the wall that the Democrats will take back the House and the Senate, which I am hoping for. Fingers crossed. I hope so, but we'll never know until that day. Now, we know that 57% of polled Americans believe that going to war with Iran was the wrong decision. May I add that this is an illegal war. It doesn't have congressional approval, and they start and stop the clock, saying that no, it's not a war because we're in peace talks. So magically, we'll be in peace talks soon again, and there'll be a pause in the activity, which doesn't really happen because we keep bombing each other. In other news, the head of the regime approved Saudi's nuclear deal that could allow enriched uranium. President Trump has approved a 30-year nuclear cooperation agreement with Saudi Arabia that could potentially allow the kingdom to enrich uranium domestically. The agreement would allow American companies to help Saudi Arabia develop its civilian nuclear energy industry. Now, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has previously stated that he would like to have a nuclear weapon, especially if Iran gets one. This is the same man that killed Jamal Khashoggi, gave $2 billion to Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners, and also has approved or entered into a Trump-branded real estate deal of golf projects worth billions of dollars. So is this a pay for play? I think that there's no question that Saudi Arabia is getting what it wants, because it has invested into the head of the regime's family and pockets. The House has passed a temporary funding to avoid an election season government shutdown. So it goes until December 4th, where they would need to approve additional funds to avoid a shutdown right around Christmas time and the holidays. That's lovely. I'm sure the people in our government who work for our government is in a constant state of PTSD involving this. Anyway, those are the stories I'm going to cover. Let me know what your opinion is on any of this. Stay smart, stay safe, stay informed, like, share, and follow.